Hi guys, we're live. It's not my fault that we're late because
Okay, you don't see. This is what's wrong with black people. We just throw each
guys,
other under the bus. That's
it's
what's
not. Oh
literally
wait,
what's wrong
let
with
me.
black
Oh
people
wait.
today.
Oh wait. Okay. Oh, we had to get a little light. So guys, hi. This is our first live with the two of us. And I'm sorry I'm late. And I know that it's kind of unprofessional to be starting out and being late, but it's not my fault, it's his fault.
This is what's wrong with black people. We just throw each other under the bus. Like, you don't throw me up under the bus like that.
So as you guys know, this is my sonny bun. He is 19. So we wanted to talk about setbacks today. Setbacks as in if you are doing really well. Can you not? Okay. If you're doing really well, everything's going really good for you, and then boom, something happens. What do? Do you work through it? Do you make a million Facebook posts, feeling bad for yourself? What do you do? What do you do when things go bad? Throw them under the bus. I'm hollering. That's what's wrong with black. No, he's what's wrong with black people.
For real,
they're never on time, right? I've been ready, guys, since 8:25.
First of all, you be telling me you on your way an hour later, so don't be acting like you don't do it too. Like, let's get to it.
Okay. So guys, what do when you have a setback? Everything is going good. You feel like you're on top of the world, and then boom, something happens. Do you make Facebook posts, a million of them, talking about how terrible your life is? Do you try and work it out? Do you do all of the above? We wanted to talk about our setback. So you guys, as you guys know, I've been writing a book. I've been in a class for the past 8 weeks to kind of give me the pointers on how to write a book, and that's what I've been doing. So my book consists of its moments that I have learned to grow as a woman and being a mother. So I wanted to share that with the world, share that with other mothers, so that they may not make the mistakes that I have made as a mother. So during this time that I was writing my book, probably, what would you say it was, George?
It was like maybe 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, maybe.
Maybe a month.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks, a month, somewhere around there.
We had a setback. You want to share?
I tried to commit suicide. It was like the second time, but it was the second time that ended me up in the hospital. So, and it was just like a setback for me because I was doing so good. You know what I mean? Like, I had a girlfriend. Like, we were good. Like, I really loved her. I really cared for her.
He thought he did, y'all.
No, I know I did. You're not gonna do that. It's just sometimes people don't reciprocate those feelings. So I was doing great. I was going to work. I have a full-time job. Like, all these things were going into play. My mind felt good. I felt good. Mind, body, and spirit. Right. And then this night, boom, setback. And I tried to commit suicide. I go to the hospital. And they laugh at me. They make jokes, and it's like, they talk about my tattoo, about being a survivor, like, how are you a survivor? All these things. And it's like, what do I do? And in these moments, when we are at our darkest points, when we are at the points where we no longer realize who we are, we feel like, dang, okay, what is my purpose? I thought I knew what I was supposed to do on this earth, but things like this happening, I can't go through with it. Like, I can't be who I'm supposed to be, hypothetically speaking. So what do you do, right? You have to. Or do you want to say what we do, or you want to go tell your story now?
So I mean, for me, it was a setback for me because for those of you who don't know, when he was 14, which was 5 years ago, he also attempted suicide. So from that point, when he attempted suicide when he was 14, I kind of knew nothing about the mental health world. I had never been immersed in that world. I never knew anyone that had experienced any of those things. So it was really a learning experience for my wife and I to kind of have that journey with him. So I thought he was doing well as it also. I thought he was doing good. I thought everything was, copacetic. I didn't think that we were going to experience anything like that. I'm writing a book. I'm like, oh, okay. I can show people and tell people and speak to people about how to overcome those things, and boom, it happens again. Like, what are the odds that it would happen again? So immediately, I was saying to myself, oh my God, this is so familiar. This is so familiar to see my son in the same situation twice. And I said, I have no business writing a book. That was literally, those words came out my mouth. I have no business writing a book. I have no business being able to give someone else advice when I'm still living it. So what do? Do I stop writing my book? Do I throw out everything that I've invested in? Do I sit down and do I feel sorry for myself because things are not working out the way I thought that they should work out? What do? You guys are watching. Tell me, what do you do? What do you do when you have a setback? What do you think the proper way to handle a setback is? Or is there a proper way?
Right. And these are like just our setbacks. So some things that you can take into perspective for you guys or for whoever else is something like, let's say you're at a company for a lot of years, and you're keep getting promoted because you're doing such a great job. You finally get that promotion to where you're vice president of this company, right? So you work there for a good 3 years. You're doing great work. You're helping the president of the company out. You're literally the reason why this company is doing so much better, right? So now it comes time where the president of the company is about to, retire. He's like, I'm done and whatnot. And you're like, wow, like, yeah, I'm about to get promoted again. Because I've been doing so good, right? So that happens. And when that time comes, you don't get promoted. And you feel like, why did I put all that work in? So now what are you going to do? Are you going to just be like, forget this job? Are you going to be like, they don't appreciate me? Are you going to stop doing your best and be a mediocre worker? Like, what are you going to do? Right?
They say reevaluate your life and your purpose, reason why you're doing what you're doing.
Right? Yeah.
Great Day. Girl, that's why I like you. That's exactly what we did. We did those exact things. Although I started to feel like maybe writing a book was not something that I'm supposed to do because I'm still living in it. My wife told me, well, maybe because at this point my book was already finished. Like, it was finished. I was still in the process of kind of doing some editing, but it was actually finished. And my wife said to me, well, maybe this is not a sign that you should not write a book. Maybe this is a sign that your book is not over. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. So this is a time where, I'm really able to look at Jordan, and I'm really able to say to him and to reiterate to him that he has a purpose. Because there's not many kids and there's not many people that can tell the story that they attempted suicide twice and lived. So, we all go through things for a purpose. And I think that the hardest part is to kind of determine what that purpose is and to continue to walk in that purpose. So no matter how hard life gets, no matter how often you may think that, your life is so terrible and so bad and you don't have a purpose, you do. And that's the hardest part, is kind of to keep pushing on, but life is hard. What do you do?
What I did was, it's like, it's a difference between looking at your life and being like, in your actions and what you do, and being like, okay, like, I need to change, like, this is getting out of hand. Then it's another thing to look at your life, look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm disgusted with my actions. I'm disgusted with what I'm not living up to when I know I can be better than this, right? So that's what I did. I looked in the mirror and I looked at my actions and I looked how I was living my life, and I was disgusted with how I'm not living my life, like how I know I can be positive. I know I can wake up and get myself together. Like I know I can always be on time to work. Like I know I can do these things. I can write a book. I can, do whatever I put my mind to, right? And what I did, I started to write this journal every morning. And it's a letter to God or the universe, whatever you want to call it. And say 5 things I'm grateful for, 5 things I will have, right? And there's 2 things to that. So 1, it puts you in a state of gratitude. And it makes you thankful for all the little things that you have. Because I said in one video, if somebody gives you a shirt and you don't have a shirt, right? Somebody gives you a shirt and you look at them and you're like, I don't like this shirt. What are you going to do? Are you going to give them any more shirts? That's like at Christmas, when grandma used to buy you gifts and you would be ungrateful. She didn't buy you gifts.
I was never ungrateful.
You were. Stop it. You were ungrateful. Anyways, she was ungrateful and she didn't get any more gifts. That's how the universe works. We send you little things. It sends you little things. Being able to wake up every morning. Having all your 5 senses. Like little things that go unnoticed. And when you appreciate them in its entirety, you are now ready to receive more. The second part of that gratitude journal is, you will notice I said 5 things I will have, not that I want. So a lot of that is changing your words. There's a lot of power in your words. Your words can make you or it can break you. Your mind is always eavesdropping on what you're saying, right? So if you say 5 things I will have, that is determined as saying I will have that. There is no if, ands, buts, maybes. There, I will have that.
So you manifest it. You manifest it. Yep. Yeah. You got to.
Right. You have to. So you do that every morning. And it's consistency. You know what I mean? Everything in this world, everything that you want to have is going to have to come from consistency. And after you keep doing that, your mind changes. You start to notice different things. You start to just be grateful. You start to just be happy that you're literally just walking. That literally you live in a world where you can be anything you want to be in life. And that's what I did, and kept an open mind and stayed positive. And it just worked all out for the best for me. So it's that. And the other thing is, it was a farmer, and a lot of things happened. And it was just people basically saying, oh my God, that's so bad that happened to you. He never once said, I know this is so bad it's happening to me. He just always said, maybe it's bad, maybe it's not, right?
Oh, the hypothetical farmer.
Right. Oh, okay. The hypothetical farmer. He always said, maybe. And those maybes, those things that were always so bad, all ended up being something that worked out in his favor. So the moral of the story, behind that farmer, he never once said, oh my God, I'm so mad this is happening to me. This is crazy. He said, maybe. He believed in a better outcome of whatever bad was happening to him. He never went and became somebody that was aloof or introverted. He still lived his life, how he was living it. So how are you guys going to live your life after you get bad things happening to you, after just things happen, right? You have to say, maybe. You have to keep living your life. You have to continue to be confident in your future. And that's what changed for me. I'm now confident in my future. Even with if you're in a relationship, if something happens, you have to be confident in your future. Confident that somebody would appreciate you in your entirety, from your flaws to things that are amazing about you. Be confident in who you are, in your future, knowing that God, or whatever you want to call it, it has a plan. You get what you give out. And just be an amazing person and be great and be better than you were yesterday.
And most importantly, we know it's not going to be easy. So we're not sitting here and we're not saying to you that this is easy and that you can do it overnight. No, you have to be intentional. That's literally my favorite word. I use it a lot. Intentional, because being intentional takes work. It takes work to be intentional. It takes work to do things on purpose, but you have to. Everybody doesn't wake up in the morning and they're just so super happy and everything is going to go their way. You're going to go through things.
Right.
In order for you to be able to tell a story, in order for you to be able to change the world, you're going to go through things. So, our initial journey from the first suicide attempt to now was not easy. It's been a lot of long nights, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of me annoying Jordan, a lot of me stalking him. It's been a lot of those things, and it's been a lot of me evolving as a woman and as a mother, and I'm sure he can see that change in me as well. And so it's not easy. It's not easy because sometimes I want to just yell at him and shake him and get him back together, but I know that that is not productive, and that's not going to help him at all. So I have to intentionally make sure that I'm speaking to him in a way that he can understand. I'm speaking to him in a way that he can receive what I'm saying to him. So the moral of our story, or the moral of our life, is setbacks are going to come. It's not always about the setback. It's how you recover. Where you may think that your life is so bad and you can never recover from that thing. You know, let's do it this way. Think about that thing that you went through that you thought you can never get through. It was the worst thing ever. It was probably the worst pain you ever experienced in your whole entire life. I don't know what that thing is, but get that in your mind. That thing right there, right now today, if you have overcome that thing, you did it. You have to remember that one thing, that one time, that moment in your life where you thought you were never ever going to be able to recover from that. When I saw my son in the ICU with a machine breathing for him in a coma, I didn't think I was going to be able to recover, y'all. Like, I didn't know how I was going. I couldn't see myself beyond that. And that was my lowest point in my life, because not only was I feeling sorry for him, but I was feeling sorry for myself in a sense, because I felt as though I did something wrong. So I always look back to that point in my life and I say, if I can get through that, I could do anything. Everything else is in a bag. So the second suicide attempt, and as I was at the hospital and in a familiar setting, in a familiar time, looking at my son, I was just like, you know what? Do it, Lord. That's all I could say. I knew that he had prepared me for this second time already. I was strong enough. I knew that I was strong enough. I knew that I would overcome. I laid my hand on my baby and I prayed for him, because I knew that everything would be okay. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that God did not bring us this far to just leave us here. We had a story to tell. So that's how we're going to live out our days. You know, even if we don't help everybody, if we just help one, we're good with that. We're good with just helping one. We're good with telling our story, being absolutely transparent, saying, you know what, when we messed up, we messed up. If we made a mistake, we made a mistake. We're learning from it. We're growing from it, and we're going to share it with the world. Any last words, George?
All I'm going to say is, y'all just got to keep your head up. And that's it. Great people undergo great tests. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was cute. Okay.
But you know, great people undergo great tests. If you want to be a great human being, you're gonna have to go through great pain.
Now that was a word.
Yeah, hey.
Say it again.
If you want to be a great person, you're gonna have to undergo great pain.
Y'all didn't hear that. Write it down. Right? Okay. Write that down, y'all. Write that down.
Ow.
Write that down. That one was good. That one was. Y'all know that one was good, though.
But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, man. Like, on the other side of pain is greatness. On the other side of pain is something that you never imagined you would have in your hands. So keep going through it. Keep going through it.
And what's your fault?
My fault?
Yeah. What's not your fault, and what is your fault?
Now, this is something serious. Get y'all notepads together, okay?
Notepads.
Notepads. It's not your fault that you are going through what you're going through. It's not your fault, like me. It's not my fault that I have depression, that I have PTSD, that I have anxiety or obsessive thoughts. It's not my fault, right? At all. But it's my fault if I continue to stay like that. My happiness is not anybody else's responsibility but mine.
Y'all heard that? He 19, y'all. Listen.
It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility. So don't go out there and put it on y'all mate. Say, babe, make me happy. No, you make yourself happy, and he or she makes their self happy, and then y'all come together and y'all be happy together. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Now, and that's how you get it done. And that's with any of your friends, anything. You be happy within yourself. You do it for you.
Be accountable.
Exactly.
Be accountable.
And be intentional. Stop waking up and getting out of bed like you were accident. You here for a reason.
Oh, come on. You ain't no...
Come on. On purpose. You gotta do stuff on purpose.
You gotta do it on purpose. You were sent here for a purpose. Yeah. You're still here for a purpose. Live life on purpose. Y'all gotta do stuff on purpose. And sometimes, I know for me, I do stuff too quick sometimes. I say things too quick, and then I have to backtrack. So, you know, I count to 10 sometimes and think about what I'm saying. And I always, one thing I always do is I always look at things from the other person's perspective as well. So, I do it on purpose. You better do it on purpose. You got to do it on purpose. That's what you got to do. Yeah. So, you have to look at things from other people's perspective, and you have to live life intentionally. If we were out here living life more intentionally, doing things more, being more purposeful in things that we do and the way that we treat people, this world would be such a better place. It really would. But so there are too many selfish people out here that think that they're the only ones that are going through. They think they're the only ones that are experiencing things. And then they sometimes, you know, mess people up in the long run. So, setbacks, yes, you're going to have setbacks.
You're going to feel like you're on top of the world. I'm telling you, you're going to feel like you have everything figured out. You're on top of the world. You're doing your thing. And then, boom, right then, God tests you. But, hey, only the strong survive. And he wouldn't test you if he don't love you.
And listen, my favorite thing to say, y'all, God would never give you more than you can handle. You better be glad he think you a badass.
Right.
Because I'm out here a living testimony. I'm good to people. I treat people right. Even when I'm having a bad day, I still, if you tell me, and Jordan knows this, if I do something and he's like, Mom, you tripping, girl, calm down. I'm quick to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I apologize. Please forgive me.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with apologizing.
Please forgive me. You know what? I am tripping today. I'm tripping today. I got an attitude. Let me get my life together. Yeah. Because I have so much to be grateful for, and so do you. Right. So stop playing victim. Pick yourself up. Live purposely. Be intentional in everything that you do. Know that your setback is only going to make you greater. Right. And have an amazing night. If you guys have any topics that you want us to talk about, please inbox me, let me know, and we'll be more than happy to talk about those topics. We are open books. We are super transparent. We don't really live our life caring about who judges us, because while you may be judging us, there's someone else that we're helping, and that's all we're here to do. Our life is not about us. Hey. So definitely inbox us if you want us to talk about anything mental health related, anything mother and son related. He's really my homeboy in real life, though. Like, sometimes, though, I get real motherly on him. Yeah. And he know when I give him the eye, it's serious. Right. But for the most part, you know, he's my homeboy. I love him. I really like him, too. And I think he's super dope and super amazing.
You feel that way about me?
Oh.
You better stop it.
Can I be your mom?
Stop.
Yes.
I'll be your son. Oh, my God.
So, yeah. So, guys, inbox us. We're out here in these streets trying to change the world. One family, one mother, one son, one daughter at a time. We have to do it together, and it takes a village. Have an amazing night. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Peace out.